Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this head and we're going to take it through Maya into Mari, into Zbrush. And I got to turn some of this music down because it's getting loud. Okay, so first off, I just got to make sure this is half my model, because I only model half. I should do a symmetrical version, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, there it is. I've got a little vertice problem. I'm just going to make sure that all my vertices are lined up. And just to double check, what I do is I go zippity-doo-dah down to here. And I'll make sure I grab all the rest of these. And I have my move tool on, and on my move tool in my snap I have retain component spacing off, and maybe I'll just reset it first and then I'll turn that off. I just reset it just because I noticed there's something funny here. I got some orientation from something I was doing. And if I just hold down X now and I grab it in this axis, bloop, it's flat. Perfect. Okay. Then, I also know that I tend to model large. If you take a look, my grid is quite large. I go in here and I play with 210 and 1. Okay, great. So that makes it bigger and I model big. And that means that when I go to mesh and I go here to mirror geometry and I have it on -X, remember you can do it this way, or you can also just go ahead and if you hold down shift and you right click, there's a mirror geometry -X right there. Okay, because I model large, I typically don't have to play around with this setting in here and play with my merge threshold too much. Should be fine. Let's see, what else do I have here? I've got a bit of a weirdo seam down the center, or so it appears. If I go into mesh display, soften edge, there we go, it's all softened up. And, okay, next thing, UVs. So, my UVs, what do they look like right now? I was horsing around with some stuff here. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of my history. My scales, everything's frozen out. Okay, great. And I was laying out UVs on half it already, doing something. What I'm going to do is go in here to mesh just for UVs. And if I go down here to UVs, camera-based, and I check it out, okay, great. Nothing, there's no crazy things in here set. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit apply and close. Now I'm going to make a quick decision on where to cut. I just actually hit a button here to show my texture borders. Okay, so you can see that border is thicker. And some people like to have just a line that goes down from somewhere in the forehead to the back. And I'll just cut that. Cut. Okay. But I tend to like it if I take this and I unstress the forehead. I just think the textures look better. And somewhere in that corner there, so 3 this way, 3 that way, I think that's good. Okay, so go ahead, cut it. Okay, and if I don't really have a mouth sock in here right now, I've just kind of got the mouth going back a little bit just out of view. So I'm going to leave it at that. And if not, I would have cut the mouth sock and had it as a separate piece. And if I go and I hit the UVs, and let's just right click on this, pop that up, I'll put it on pack, boop, apply and close. Okay, and it does something like this. And I could check it to make sure that I don't have any really stressed out UVs. Oh look, I've got red stuff coming out of my nose. Now I could take a look down here. Okay, we got some red action here. Let's just go and get my move tool. And what the hell is this? Okay, so we got some overlapping stuff. I could probably... Come on, you bastard! Select. Okay, there I can go in and maybe unstress these a little bit so they're not so bad. And what about over here? Does that mean I've got troubles? I've got troubles. Troubles. Okay. That isn't an N-gon, is it? No, it's not an N-gon. Can't be an N-gon. You bastard! Select. Okay, you know, I could do this, or actually, this is a good excuse to go in and do something a little bit funny. Because that was the unfold, selected UVs. Right beside it, there's the automatic move UVs, or better, texture distribution. And if I go in here, pin UV border, I'm going to turn that, the border's okay. I'll leave it on. Okay, just as long as this border looks good. And then if I go here to pin UVs, whoop, and I use pin unselected UVs. I don't know why these default settings do what they do. And uniform, if I just hit apply, boop, there, gives me something a little bit funky. Let's see what world space does. World space gives it that stressed out kind of thing. I think uniform, in this case here, this is in the corner of the mouth, and you're going to hardly see that, so you're not going to see any real texture stretching in there. You probably won't notice it. So I'm going to go with that. Let's even do the same thing over here. Okay, I just kind of check the border edges. Those are fine. And these little corners right in here, actually let's just grab, say, these ones, and I go ahead, boop. And we are getting a bit of overlapping. Again, I can quickly nudge these, and life is good. There. Okay, let's just check some more. Do I see anything? Usually it's like corners of the mouth, and then I go into the eyes, and these look okay. What's that? Got a triangle in my eye. Oh no, I'm going to have to wash my eyes. Actually, if I took this in here, I could have got rid of that. I'm actually not completely ready to do what I'm doing with the model, but I'm trying to hustle this up because I'm doing other things. I don't always have time, so whatever. And again, I could grab all these inner things and use that relax here with the uniform. Boop! There. And no one's going to look in my ear and look for blood. Blood in my ear. Somebody somewhere is being offended by things I say. Good. Okay. So that's looking not too bad. I'm going to close that. Also, too, I noticed that this thing, when you have this image on, it does tend to slow down your interactivity. So, there. What do we got? 641. And then the next thing. I want to take some of these pictures that I have, and I'm going to project them on, and I'm going to do the good old warp image. Let's just get rid of some history. And I just got to prep a couple pictures, so I'm going to go and put this on pause. And I'm back. Okay, so I had to go and convert all the images so that they were no longer in RAW format. So it took a little moment or two. I had to use some kind of DNG converter to do it and rename everything. So now what I'm going to do. Let's go in and pop in a new assign favorite material. I'll just use a Lambert. Lambert! And I'm going to pop the Lambert on, and to color, we can do this a couple different ways. I can go in here and create the file textures, or Lazy Bob is going to strike. Lazy, lazy, lazy. The lazy man is about here. I'm just going to go into textures here, and I got to turn my music down again. And where the hell did I put that? And source images, there. I went and I grabbed a whole pile of these, and I'm just going to drag them from Explorer right into there. And you can see they're all named and everything like that. Okay, nice. Or they're taking their sweet time. Okay. So let's start off with the simple one. Let's go and do Lisa side RL. Okay, so we're going to go on to the left side. So let's use the left one first. That's the reference. Damn it. I grabbed some extra ones from there that I didn't mean to. Let's just get rid of that one because I'll get confused. Oh no, I don't want to get confused. This one here is the reference one again. And there's one other quarter reference one. Is that the reference? Oh, I hate it when I smoke crack. There's that one. There, good, good, good. And I don't know what that file is there. I think I was creating that and it's an extra one. Okay, so let's try this again. Grab the head and Lambert 7. And I will do the left side. So I was trying to go into this, and if I take a look, there's side, back, there's the left side right there. And if I just middle click and drop it in, ba-boom! Ba-boom! It's stuck. Okay. So now, my UV layout here, there's my default one. Okay, and let's put the dim image on. Then, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's go to the side view. It says it's the right view, but I'm looking at the left side of the head. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go over here to UVs, and I'm going to do camera-based. And create new UV set. Now the new UV sets are named, the first one's named map 1, and so you can't change that name. So let's just call this map 2. underscore. Actually, let's even do like map underscore to side L. Something like that. Okay, that should be easy to remember. Okay, and I'm going to hit apply and close. And so there it is. Okay, wonderful. I did make the textures all perfectly square, so it would make my life a little bit easier. Now we can't see the texture on here even when I press 6. It's not right. Okay, that's the other UV layout. So now what I got to do is I got to go to Window and I got to look in my relationship editor. Oh, I wish I had one of these. Okay, texture. So I go over here. Boop, boop. There, done. Those two things are hooked up. Now I can grab the UVs. And as I'm doing this, it becomes a little bit funky. Okay, it's kind of hard to figure out what the hell I'm doing. I can kind of see it. There's a couple tricks you can do. Show, highlight, selection. At the very bottom it says highlight selection. You can turn that off, then you don't see the wireframe. And I'm moving this around. Now what I would probably do is line up the nose. By the way, you can middle click while you're here. If you're middle clicking, you're getting the whatever is highlighted here. So it's yellow in the center, there's green, there's red. I middle click. If I select that and then I middle click it, it's locked to the up and down. Okay, so I go back here and I'm just kind of lining up there. Okay, now it's not perfect. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and get the scale tool, and if I hold down D I can move my pivot point so it's right over in this area here. And then, actually, and if I'm really into it, I can sit here and make this a lot bigger. And get it something like that. Okay, and really this part here doesn't matter so much. Maybe a little bit of side nose action. It's the side of the cheek here that we really want, and the side of the forehead. Those are the important bits. But and actually, okay, and then I'll do something like this. I'm just going to switch to my move tool, and let's keep an eye on the model. Actually, let's just go to perspective view. We don't. Then I'll go over here and I'm going to hit B, and I get my fall off here. Actually, if I'm being clever, I can go into viewport color and turn that off in the tool settings. There's another way to turn these off completely, I do believe, but I can't remember what the hell it is. Just B, and let's try it one more time there. B and middle click. I should be able to see my fall off. Okay. Again, this area here doesn't matter so much, but I might tweak it anyway around the nose. Actually, just hold on a second. If I put the fall off on here again, I'm just going to check out something. Something's acting really strange here. I keep noticing this. Okay, there it is. Now I can see it falling off. There is some kind of funky thing happening. Okay, good. And let's just close that. And then I can see the mouth is way off here, so hopefully I don't get any stretching in here. Okay, and I'm doing two sides at once. If I was really doing a really good job, I would probably go in and make sure the character was not completely symmetrical, and I do both textures, but I'm trying to go fast. And what are we at? 7:15. Okay, and so and I can spend some time thinking about this and how's the ear looking. It looks like I've kind of missed something like that. Oh yeah, right there. That's pretty close to locked in. Locked in, Billy. Okay, so now we'll just move this back a bit. Okay, great. Sometimes these white things here bother me, but that should be okay. Actually, the nose. And actually I can see the lips or whatever. They're doing all sorts of crazy funky things. But again, this is going to be covered up mostly by the front view, and the 3/4 shot are just going to totally obliterate most of the stuff I'm doing here on the side. So I'll say that's pretty good. I should actually get rid of that necklace. Should have thought about that earlier. Whatever. I didn't actually know I was going to model this person when I started, so I wasn't thinking. So let's just go and do a few more. I don't know if you can see all those things. Okay, great. So I can spend a bit of time tweaking this all up, making it perfect, but I think that's a good place to stop right there. And look at that ear. Oh. Okay, so the big thing. I go in, and actually it's not looking like it's selected because that highlight selection is off. Okay, let's turn it back on so things aren't so confusing. Now make sure that your UVs are inside the 0 to 1 area. And if I go in here to warp image, and in warp image, I gotta go and pick the picture. So the picture here is the side left, so I'm just gonna go browsing and I put it into source images, and there is side left, this one right here. Boink! Okay, great. And we're gonna switch this, and I always like target files. Okay, and I'm gonna make this 4096, tab 4096. Okay, great. Source image set, source UV set. Well, that's not map 1. That's map 1 right there. Okay, this one here is map underscore 2 side L. I'm pretty sure that's what I named it, right? 2 side L. Okay, great. Everything matches. Okay. So now when I hit, I can hit warp image. And let's just see what happens. Warp image. No valid bug. I mislabeled something, didn't I? Map underscore 2. Aha! No capital M. I gotta put a capital M in here because that's what I named it over there. I should have kept it all the same, but anyway. Let's try it again. Warp image. And it has done it. And what do we got? 10-minute mark. Okay, so if I go into source images, I'm just gonna go over here. Images. And this is, what the freaking hell, I just called it warped because I was smoking crack. There it is. There's my picture. There's a 4K texture, and I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to do this same process to every photograph. Okay, and then I'll come back and make another video.